Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. We are back. We are live. It's Friday, May the 22nd. Hope you guys are all doing well. And to everybody that has wished me happy birthday in the live chat, thank you very much. And of course, a happy birthday to the one and only, possibly the greatest player to pull on a Manchester United shirt, Georgie Best as well, who was born on this day too. Well, not today, obviously, but a long time ago. Nevertheless, happy birthday to me. Would have been 74 today. I believe I've got that one right. But yes, what a legend he is. His birthday today, my birthday today. I'm a happy man to share it with him, to be honest. Is an absolute GOAT. But let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments about all the latest Manchester United news. We are looking at the latest athletic reports in relation to Paul Pogba, Jack Grealish, Jadon Sancho. So we've got updates on all of their future, as well as another report on Jadon Sancho coming from the Telegraph. We're looking at Telen Mengi, of course, also on this day in 1999. So when I was 10, on my 10th birthday, Manchester United beat Newcastle to lift the FA Cup, the second part of a treble. What a day that was. And also in 2004, was it? We won the FA Cup against Millwall on this day. So that wasn't bad at all. Let us know what you guys are thinking of all those things here on AdamMcKola TV. And of course, get your comments in, get your thoughts in. The postman's obviously here right now as well. So it's all going off right now. It's a hectic Friday here. And what are you guys making of all the latest news? I'll get into those reports very soon as well. So keep it locked for that. I'm going to bring up the comments on my phone because they seem to have frozen on the old YouTube. And once I've got your comments up, we'll get stuck into that news. Let me change the tunes off here that I was looking at. All over the place, guys, I told you. Right then. First off, Paul B, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that, mate. And thank you very much for the birthday wishes from Paul, Andre, David, Glenn, Alex, Sandy, Mark, Aidan, Danny, Sean, Aniket, Tom, Joe, Pravin, everyone, MUFC fan. If I haven't read your name out, I do apologise. Mekri, Edwill, Ming, George, Christian, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. And now a few more of you are in the house. Get hitting that like button, get commenting, get sharing, get subscribing. And Tudor's in the house as well. And if you're wondering why those guys have got my logo next to their face, it's because they are members of AdamMcKola TV. And the next exclusive video is going up in the next few days as well. And it's another great one. I can't wait to release that. Anyway, The Athletic are reporting that Manchester United have made Jadon Sancho their priority for this summer, and a move for Grealish could depend on the future of Paul Pogba. And I hate to say I told you so, but this is what I've been saying all along, haven't I? I think, obviously, I was of the opinion about 4, 5, 6 months ago that Paul Pogba was off. I wanted us to sign Jack Grealish if we sold Paul Pogba, sign Jadon Sancho, improve those creative areas and those midfield areas with more players. And Jack Grealish was one of those that was at the top of that list for me in terms of bringing him in to Manchester United. But ever since it seemed more likely that Paul Pogba will stay at Man United, I've thought to myself, is it really realistic for United to be buying Jack Grealish? As a United fan, can I see it realistically happening if Paul Pogba stays? And I think the obvious answer is no. I can't see it happening. One, when you look at even the financial results that came out yesterday showing, you know, we've got 90 million in cash reserves, we've got a potential 150 million which we can take in terms of, you know, credit. We've obviously, our loans have increased by 42%. Our revenue's gone down. So when you're looking at all of these things, it's not going to make Manchester United suddenly have loads of money to spend. We are still going to be affected by what's going on, even though we're not going to be as affected as other clubs. Now, you think about it, okay, let's say we sign Jadon Sancho, which is, look, regardless of the situation, I think United would look to make that happen. Jadon Sancho is obviously a player that's, you know, a fantastic player. Is exactly what we need. He fits the profile of the club and he has a high marketing value as well. And I think United would be all over that, bringing in the new number 7. I think it would be great for them on and off the pitch. So it kind of makes sense, that move, for that to happen. It's a typical move that ticks all of the boxes in terms of the kind of player you want and in terms of what Edward would want as a commercial asset to the club. So you look at that and that makes sense. But beyond that, and beyond maybe securing Igalo on a permanent deal, unless we sell a big amount, unless we sell players and we recoup a big amount of money, and I can't see that being recouped by selling Smalling. You look, Roma are probably out of the race for him now, so we're losing competition for him there. Italian clubs ain't going to have as much money as they did either. Are they going to be able to spend the money we want on him? Is he going to go to another Premier League club? What's going to happen? Is he even going to end up coming back to United now because we potentially have no buyers for him? Jones, are we going to get much money for him, especially in this market? Probably not. Rojo, the same could be said for him. So when you look at the players that we could potentially sell, even Andreas, maybe Jesse Lingard, although again I think that the opportunity for those players to move will have decreased because of the fact that Jesse Lingard will be on a fair wedge, you know what I mean? Image rights and all those kind of things as well. Because whether you like it or not, he's a lucrative, marketable player, especially with him playing for England and everything. And is any club going to be able to pay him what he would want to even leave? So you're going to see a lot of players aren't going to leave. They're going to rather stick on their contract and try and fight it out for a position at Manchester United. Now, if we can't get rid of enough players, where are we getting this money from to spend? We've just been shown that it's actually not there. We haven't got vast amount of sums to be spending all over the place. We need to be bringing in money as well in terms of sales. Now, that's down to Glazonomics. That's also down to just the real life where we are at the moment in this current market. So I'm not surprised at all by this story, by this news, by this report by The Athletic, that United have made Jadon Sancho their priority. That was obvious. And a move for Grealish could depend on the future of Paul Pogba. Unless Aston Villa were to go down, they'd accept a much lower fee. I don't realistically think this one is possibly going to happen. So I've got to say, I agree, and I've said it all along. I hate to say I told you so, but I kind of am saying I told you so. It's... what can you say? Any more comments on this? If Pogba, Bruno, Fred McTominay, Matic Pereira all stay fit, we don't really need Grealish. I hear you, Sean, but Pereira hasn't cut it even when he has been fit. Ancha says Grealish's lockdown haircut is lit. Ali will win a trophy this season, never mind won't win a trophy at all. By this season, do you mean this current campaign that's still going ahead? I'd love to see us lift the Europa League or the FA Cup. The FA Cup, we're not sure what's happening with that yet. We were down to the last 8 of that, so surely how many fixtures is it? The last 8 was 4 games. Semi-finals is 2 games. 7 games to finish the FA Cup. If you respect it that much and you can make the Premier League happen, you'd make the FA Cup happen. There's talk about UEFA doing the Europa League and the Champions League in August behind closed doors. It'd be great if we could, you know, that could even be a little... a good little time for United fans. Like, it's weird, like, I know the lockdown is a serious situation. I know we don't want games behind closed doors. I know all of that. But we could actually have some decent football to look forward to. If you think about June until the end of July, we could have loads of United games, about 9 United games in the league. And then potentially in August, we could have the remainder of the Europa League and possibly the FA Cup in, like, it'd be like an international tournament break, wouldn't it? But except with your club teams. So we could end up having an entertaining summer in terms of sport, with United being available to play. It looks like... Yes, Ruvez with the positivity. Let's get 10 new members for Adam on his B-Day. Even if we can get 2, that'd be great. And we do have another member I need to thank as well, which I'll do it in a show, because we had a new member joined the channel yesterday, so thank you very much, and I'll find the name now and give them a shout out while we're here. Dortmund are though being reported as willing to wait on the deal for Jadon Sancho, and possibly even wait till next summer when the market may have returned to a little bit more of a stable market, although I imagine the impact of this now will be felt for probably a couple of years. There we go. We've had 2 new members since. Kenny Drysdale, thank you for joining us yesterday. And PJ Daly has rejoined us as well. So thank you very much to both of you guys for joining us. We're now on 57 members. We're trying to hit 100 by the end of June. If you can join, click that join button. Get joining AdamMcKola TV right about now, you funk soul brothers and sisters. And like I said, we're talking Jack Grealish, Jadon Sancho. We got pretty much open card today. There's not much news about. Can you remember where you were, if you were alive, that is, if you were born, when United beat Newcastle to lift the FA Cup in 1999 on my 10th birthday? Can you remember that? Let us know in them comments below if you can remember that. And you can remember the scorers. Roy Keane went off injured and the man that replaced him scored a goal. And also one of our favourite players scored another goal. Can you remember who those players were that scored against Newcastle on this day in 1999 to help United lift that FA Cup? Yes, spliff politics. Yes, mate. But I don't see us with Ali as man. Wait. What have I come into here? Mo Talks Gaming. How you doing? FIFA FC. Thank you, mate. Tom, nice one, brother. Liam, how you doing, lad? Paul says I'd be more than happy with just the Sancho purchase this summer. Our squad is looking much better now with the business that's been done in the last 8 months. But a striker also would be perfect. That's fair on Pereira. That's why it was the end of my list, says Sean. Fair. I did notice that. Squeezed him in on the end. Pravin! Welcome to AdamMcKola TV and thank you very much for joining us. Pravin Radak Krishnan. Appreciate it, mate. You've become the 58th member. Ruvez, nice one for the super chat as well. Birthday blessings. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. I was in Alt Course. What's Alt Course, Glenn? Let us know what that is. And I was probably really obvious and I've just missed it. But let us know what that is. And hopefully it went well for you. Is it something to do with work? I was still just under a year away from entering this world. Born May the 4th, 2000, says Sean. You're a young one. 2000 I started secondary school. Jeez. Is it your birthday? Yes, mate, it is, Yannick. Sorry, I just read comments out and don't realise what they say till I get through it. Paul Scholes. Yes, Andre's got one of the scorers from that game against Newcastle in the FA Cup final. Who scored the other goal? Who came on for Keno and scored the goal against Newcastle? Newcastle lost back-to-back FA Cup finals. Cheer up, Alan Shearer. Lost back-to-back FA Cup finals. One was against Arsenal. I remember supporting them in that one actually because I hated Arsenal at that point. They won the league against United in 97, 98. Was that the Viltord one at Old Trafford or the Overmars one at Old Trafford? It was one of them, but it pissed me off nevertheless. And then the following year, we pipped them to the title, pipped them to the FA Cup, and we won the European Cup. And Teddy Sheringham, well done, see me, Han. Andre, who got that one. I was at my mate Ski's house, tearing it up, says Tom. Emery, nice one, bro. I see so many of you guys on every single video, and I appreciate you on a lot of the videos and in comments and things. So thank you very much. Callum, Glenn, is prison bro, just for a bit of smoke. What? I came into a conversation that I didn't know what was happening and I just entered it. Was that the Overmars one? Any more news on the date when the Premier League returns? Well, I think phase 1 of the Project Restart was returning to training this week, wasn't it? So we've seen phase 1 go into play. And they've begun phase 1 with the hope of getting the league and everything underway for June the 12th / June the 19th. Now I'd imagine it's probably the one that's at the back end of that to allow the teams to have like a little over a month in training to get up to the speed of things, get up to scratch, maybe get used to the way things are done, the new bloody over sanitized way of things. I suppose you have to do it that way, don't you? So they're gonna have to get used to everything and the way they're doing things. And I think we'll see that over the next 5 weeks. Of course, they're going to be measuring if there's a reaction to players playing together and those kind of things. Is there an outbreak or anything like that? What's the whole of the UK looking like in 4 or 5 weeks' time? Are we going to see a mad spike because of all the people that have been running around in the bank holiday, or is it going to go okay? Like, we genuinely don't know. We can only predict these things and assume. So you gotta just wait and see how everything unfolds. But this is phase 1. So then they'll go through to phase 2, phase 3. God knows how many phases there are. But the eventual phase is starting the football on or around June the 12th or June the 19th. I imagine that date might change as and when they get closer to it, or if they need to be, they're going to have to be flexible with that date. But UEFA have given everybody a date of, I think, was it by the end of July to get all their names in, or the end of August to get everybody in for and get your seasons completed, and your names in the hat for the next year's tournaments. Otherwise, you can get pulled out. So there's pressure on them to do that, the Premier League, and they have to get that sorted as well. Oh, we had another super chat. Mick Ruby, thank you very much, mate. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Simply saying happy birthday. Appreciate it. Come Cambridge for a beer. Are we allowed to do this? If you was in charge of United, what signings would you make? Says Ryan. If I had my own way, and you get to see more of that on Football Manager, which is another episode out of it tomorrow. But if I had my own way, I would sell Matic. As ruthless as it is, I'd be ruthless. Sell Matic. Bring in a new DM. I'd sign Sancho and sign Grealish and just go all out for everything. And also sign a defensive midfielder. Maybe like a Thomas Partey or something like that. Joshua Iguay with the super chat just simply says Paul Labille Pogba. Got to explain that one. Come on, Josh, give us an explanation in the comments. Thank you for the super chat, though. You don't have to give your explanation in a super chat. Just give your explanation in the comments. Appreciate that, bro. End of May, I think FIFA wanted leagues. That's what it was. End of May to confirm the plans. But yeah, they need to get it sorted soon, don't they? Because everyone else, I think League 2, League 1's going to be called off. Then the Championship will be next. And it's just the Premier League that are doing it. And it's simply because they need to save that television revenue. Which is fair play. I understand it, ultimately. Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of... as much as you have to protect everyone, and a lot of companies are going to be in the same situation as the months go by, where they're like, fuck, we need to get back to business. How do we do this? How do we get around this situation? Because ultimately the economy will just die, won't it? Have you heard about the Newcastle takeovers? Apparently like the green light, which is interesting. But I'm looking for more information, the latest information on Project Restart. We've had players pulling out and stuff like that, not training. So I'm just looking. Okay, so the Telegraph have done an article literally 35 minutes ago, or an hour and 35 minutes ago, sorry. But they did an article anyway. When will football return? The latest on Premier League Project Restart plans, players training and testing. Oh, fuck's sake, so I'm behind a paywall. Let's see if the Athletic have got anything for us. I'll get onto that though, I'll pay for that. What did you make of the finance results yesterday? If you've not seen Weekly United, you would have seen that Manchester United, obviously, the debts increased by 42%. What did you make of that news yesterday? Let us know as well in the comments below. Because it's not great news, is it? What we're seeing. I know the overall revenue for the quarter was 28.4 million, down nearly 20%. Commercial income rose 2 million. To 68.6 million. That's in thanks to 2 new deals landed by United sponsorship team based in London's posh Mayfair district, with Cadbury's and Lego joining their long list of partners. So there's the broadcast hit for the quarter was far more eye-catching, as revealing as the 51.7% year-on-year decline to 26 million included a 15 million deduction for United's estimated share of the Premier League rebate to broadcasters. So the clubs are already having to pay a rebate, which is obviously mental, especially if... I find it bizarre, look, why do they have to pay a rebate if the games are still going to go ahead? The TV companies are still going to get their games, aren't they? Like, I don't get that. Obviously, if it's in the contract, they've got very little they can do, but I don't understand that. We've made a 22.9 million total loss for the quarter. Yeah, God knows what that's all about. Anyway, so get your thoughts in, guys. Let us know what you're thinking. Will we sign Jack Grealish or not? Will the Premier League return or not? Let us know. The contract states X games. Yeah, but if they're gonna get those games, unless the contract states within a certain time, then fair enough. But if you're gonna get those games, then surely, especially when the situation we're in, you'd think like, but it's business as well, isn't it? So what can they do? Got to be ruthless in business, I suppose. Um, Debt increases in is annoying, but I'm not worried. We've got enough cash reserves to cover us this summer, says Al Harrington. Cannonballer says not concerned about the debt increase in the slightest. It's been structured so that it won't affect us commercially. More important is the revenue we lost from Champions League. We need that top 4 spot. 21-22 season, our season tickets go up 18% thanks to COVID, says Paul B. Our season tickets haven't gone up in a long, long time, so probably wouldn't surprise me if they did do that. Two Tiers is getting his carpets fitted. How you doing, mate? You good? 22 million lost for the quarter. That's Sanchez's wages. We need to get rid of that clown ASAP, man. We have to get rid of that clown in the ASAP. Aaron Brass says not fussed about Grealish, to be honest. As long as Pogba stays, think we have to focus on right wing and defensive midfield. Sancho, Partey or Ndidi would be ideal. Yeah, Leicester ain't selling Ndidi. He's a good player, isn't it? Bastards had Kante and Ndidi. Imagine you look bagging them two. We would never have such luck, would we? It's a damn shame. Regardless of Pogba, I think and hope if Villa go down and the price is right, we'll bring Jack in. Fingers crossed, but I think I may just be being spoiled. And realistically, probably not going to happen. What happens if the Premier League starts and there's another peak and we have to stop the league as we just started again? Do the league just cancel in the lungs? It's mad, innit, FIFA? I've thought the same thing. So what do? We go ahead now, cancel later, go ahead and get, like, what are you going to do? Just keep stopping and starting and stopping and starting. What if Watford go down and then they say, fuck this, we're suing everyone because half our captain didn't want to play because of this whole situation and you forced us to play? Could they do that? Not too sure. Maybe. But doors going off. Is that the pulse or what is that? Is that the wind? The wind? I can hear the wind going mad. Jesus. Bloody hell, it's all going off today, isn't it? Someone paying me a visit. One day it's hot, one day it's windy. What's going on? Yes, Dr. Tom Moy. And the cat's touching me. What's going on here, Simba? Anybody watch The Life of Ryan? Is that the Ryan Giggs caretaker manager thing? It was on telly yesterday, wasn't it? I put it on and then I thought, I've seen this somewhere before, I'm pretty sure. How's it going, Basbo? You good? Yeah, it probably is the old Bill. We'll just pretend we're not here. Even though they can hear us chatting. Thiago Alcantara, what's made him come back up into the comments? Tom, what have you deleted? I was just reading that. What if Liverpool get some Rona and cannot field a team? Points deducted, says Tom. Yes, Gareth, how you doing, mate? If my door not like that, I'd be running out the back door. Mate, it'd be funny if someone was there, yeah. I'd just be sat here not doing anything. Couldn't care less anyway. There should long not to come between 12 and 12:30. I'm building a little studio thing anyway, so these wankers can't knock on the door and affect this shit. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a wild one today. It's my birthday. We're all over the place. Probably started a little bit early. Maybe. But remember, we're looking at those athletic reports that Man United have made Jadon Sancho their priority this summer, and a move for Grealish could depend on the future of Paul Pogba. Pogba stays, no Jack Grealish. Pogba leaves, Jack Grealish. I'd love Jack Grealish to sign for United, but I want Pogba to stay more. So I wouldn't be mad if that happened, but I'd be very happy if we had both of them next season. And on that note, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you to the new members that joined today. Thank you, of course, to those that have given super chats as well. I appreciate the beer money for my birthday. Make sure you're keeping it light, you're liking, you're commenting, you're sharing, and you're subscribing. Join if you can. We're trying to hit 100 members by the end of June. And we're around 60 now. I think we're around 59, so not far to go. Get hitting that subscribe button, like, comment, share, join. I've been AdamMcKola. We'll be back with United Daily Live tomorrow, straight up MUFC Football Manager episode 3 coming up in a bit.